Well, folks, thanks for joining us today. Just to give you a little update, we are going to start promptly at 1 o'clock. The judging contest was running a little late, so we had to let the guys know, and we just ended up saying we will start at 1. So if you need any refreshments or whatever before we get going, I was just going to let you know. We do have, not only we have show programs up here, but we have sale catalogs if you need any of that information. If there's anything you need and we can help out, just let us know. Thanks for coming. Well, folks, we'll get started here in just a few minutes. Again, thank you for joining us for the 2020 National Western American Maine Anjou Pinball Show. We will start with our high mains first. We have 9 classes of those bulls, followed by our main Tainer show, and then we will parade the cell heifers if you have interest in them as well there at the end. I would like to recognize as we get going here, I know we're very blessed in the Maine Association to have tremendous leadership. We have several of our board members both exhibiting in the stands. If we have any of our board members in the stands, if you would stand up or wave your hand, we'd like to recognize you guys. Hi, Leon. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Also with them, the next generation of young folks we are definitely blessed to work with. You see these blue coats running around in our royalty as well. This is our junior board, a great set of young people, and we appreciate them being here today. Would like to recognize, you bet, give them a round of applause. They are our future. Recognize a few of the staff members that are here. Mr. Josh Cribbs down there in the corner. Josh is our Director of Breed Promotion and Commercial Relations, and we're glad that he can be here with us. Miss Lindsay Brook to my left. Lindsay is our Junior Coordinator and Editor of The Voice Magazine, and as most of you know, she keeps us on the right track, and we appreciate all her hard work. And then also with us is Miss Paige Jones. Paige is right down here. She is our Coordinator of DNA and also social media. And we're glad to have her. If you've ever had to test anything, I'm sure you got to visit with her on the phone. And if there's anything we can help you guys with anytime, please let us know. But also with the sale and the show coming up, don't hesitate to ask. As we get going here, and we got one more guy that's here year in, year out. Several years he's been this, Mr. Tom Wagner. Down in the corner, he mans the gate for us. Wave at us, Tom. He's a dandy. Give him a big round of applause. He's became a staple in this pin show, and we're glad he's with us. Judging our pin cattle today, you'll see on the results, Judge A will be Mr. Jared Boyert from Pleasantville, Iowa. He's an owner and operator of Boyert Show Cattle. He graduated from Black Hawk College with his associates, his bachelor's at Western Illinois University, and master's at University of Illinois. He works with his 2 brothers, Jake and Clayton, and his in-laws, Mark and Deb Core, raising and selling show heifers of many breeds, as well as some steers and other bulls as well. He's married to Bailey Boyert, and they have a lovely daughter, Sloan. We're glad Jared is with us today. Judge B today will be Mr. Jay Steenhook. He's from Maxwell, Iowa. Jay has 2 kids, Chesney and Coy, and wife, Denny. They own and operate Nichols Cryogenics and J.S. Simmental. They exhibit pins out here as well as cattle nationally, raise and sell a lot of good Simmental cattle. We're glad to have Jay with us. Also, our other judge, our 3rd judge today, which will be is Mr. Craig Talkington from Hayes, Kansas. Craig is no stranger to the Maine Anjou breed. We were visiting earlier. He showed one of the very first Maine Anjou steers to win this show back in 1976. So it's neat to have a legacy Maine Anjou member here, and we're glad to have him. Craig attended Colorado State University, had an extremely successful collegiate judging career. He runs a cow-calf operation, and also he was active in FFA and 4-H. Today he works for Merck Animal Health as a territory manager, runs a small cow herd, as I said, assists in working 50 seed stock sales annually, and he loves working with folks here in the livestock industry. Let's give our judges a big round of applause as they get started here today. Okay, it looks like we have our first class here, so we will get started with our Maine Anjou Pin Show. We will start with Class 181A. We have several programs around if you need one of those, as well as cell catalogs. You will notice many of the bulls today in this pin show will be selling in the bright light sale tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. So our first bull coming in is number 1007 EVFM Blackjack 76G. This bull had an actual birth weight of 88 pounds. He currently weighs 1,075. He's a 3/4 blood March 26th bull, sired by maternal maid. You can see across the way there, he scanned extremely well, and you can see his EPD profiles. If you have any questions on any of those numbers, please let us know. The next bull coming in for Eastview's entry is the bull right in the middle on his sheet. This is EVFM Mr. Zone, 8041G. He's a purebred March 30th, son of Comfort Zone. And he is right in the middle there on your program. You'll study this bull. He had an actual birth weight of 86 pounds, a weight per day of age of 3.06, scanned with an 11.4 I, a 3.67 IMF, 0.26 back fat, measured with a 35 scrotal, and then has his suite of EPDs on the right side of your program. Again, this is the EVFM Mr. Zone. Would like to take this chance to tell you a little more about Eastview Maines. DJ and Amy Folkerts own Eastview Maines in the southwest corner of Minnesota. They've been raising registered Maine cattle for over 20 years. Eastview consigns bulls at different stock shows in the winter and have an online female sale in the fall. DJ and Amy have 4 children, Kendra, Riley, Mesa, and Charlie. They love showing Maine cattle as well and hope to continue raising high-quality Maines for the next generation. Now coming in as the third member of Eastview's pen, EVFM Gridiron 171G. He's a 3/4 blood Maine that is birth date of April 10th. He's a maternal maid son. He had an actual birth weight of 87 pounds. His weight per day of age was 3.29. Ribeye area of 14.94. An IMF at 3.93 and measured with a 34.5 scrotal circumference.
Well, good afternoon, folks. What a nice way to start our afternoon with a heck of a set of bulls. Super impressed. We got a set of bulls that are really good structured, really uniform, got some muscle for their age. I'm interested to see them back here in a few classes. Good start.
Thank you, Jay. Let's give them a round of applause. Now we'll be moving on to Class 181B. Our first entry will be 1001, brought to you by Morton and Buck Cattle Companies. The first bull in the ring will be BKMT Game On 227G. He's a March 19th purebred bull, sired by BOE Garth. His birth weight was 89 pounds, had a weight per day of age of 3.73, a ribeye of 17.59, IMF at 3.69, back fat at 0.23 and measured with a 32.5 scrotal. Again, this is BKMT Game On. The next bull coming in will be PKMT Game Plan 902G. He's a 3/4 blood March 21st son of BOE Epic. Had a birth weight of 71 pounds, a weight per day of age of 3.72, ribeye of 16.48, IMF at 4.67, and had a scrotal circumference of 34. This bull is also lot 33 in the bright light cell. Now coming in is the third member of the 1001 pin, BKMT Game Day 903G. He's a 3/4 blood Maine, March 20th son of CMCC Maker's Mark. He had an 86-pound birth weight, a weight per day of age of 3.74, scanned with a 15.99 eye. Had an IMF of 3.95 and measured with a 39.5 scrotal. This bull is also lot 32 in the bright light cell. We'll take this time to tell you a little more about Buck and Morton Cattle Company. It's a partnership that spans back to the mid-1990s between Gerald Buck and Dr. Bob Morton, located in Stratford, Oklahoma. The partnership has grown over the years to include many top-producing donor females that have influenced the Maine Anjou breed, not only in the show ring but in the pasture as donors and herd sires. With a long-standing foothold in the Maine business, and the future of the breed, and believe that it is bright and growing. They're excited about the Maine business. 2 production sales are held annually in March and October in Madill, Oklahoma. They also sell over 100 bulls that are marketed each year private treaty there at the ranch. You can view their cattle in pin 2345. Our next entry coming in is pin 1003, brought to you by Beaupre Land and Cattle. The first bull in is BOE Fame. He's a purebred April 18th of 2019, son of BOE Garth. This bull had an actual birth weight of 90, a weight per day of age of 3.34, skinned with a 15.22 ribeye, had an IMF of 3.6 and measured with a scrotal of 34 centimeters. He is also lot 28 in the bright light cell. The next bull coming in is BOE Quavo. He's a 3/4 blood March 2nd son of BOE Epic. Had a birth weight of 86, a weight per day of age of 3.39, scanned with a 16.65 ribeye, an IMF at 5.28, and measured with a 35 scrotal. This bull is also lot 25 in the bright light cell. The third bull coming in is BOE Offset. He's a March 2nd 3/4 blood Maine bull sired by BOE Garth. Had a birth weight of 90, a weight per day of age of 3.2, scanned with a 14.6 ribeye, had an IMF of 4.08, and measured with a scrotal of 31.5. This bull happens to be lot 26 in the bright light cell. I'd like to take this time to tell you a little more about Beaupre Land and Cattle. They are located in Byers, Colorado. The Beaupre Land and Cattle has been breeding Maine Anjou cattle since 1981. Mark and his wife Lisa and their 2 children, Nick and Megan, are from Byers. Beaupre Land and Cattle focuses on genetics, which are highly productive. The Beaupres have promoted their cattle all across the United States as well as Canada. Their known bulls that they have raised include Garth, Epic, Game Changer, and Gronk. Good quality females are the basis of their herd, and they are always trying to improve their genetics and the breed to have the best cattle possible. Along with selling bulls in the bright light sale, they always have cattle available for private treaty at the ranch. Come by and see them in pin 2248. Okay, results of Class 181B. First place went to entry 1001, brought to you by Morton and Buck Cattle Company. In second place was entry 1003, brought to you by Beaupre Land and Cattle.
We think this is a real nice class of bulls, and both pens I think have some qualities. I guess for me personally, this first set of bulls, if you'd kick them out on some cows, to me they'd probably sire the highest percentage of sellable cattle. They just extremely uniform in body and muscle and bone and width, and I like a lot of things about that. That's a nice set of bulls. I think you can do a lot with them. The second pen there, I think there's an individual in there that's extremely high quality. He's probably the youngest bull in that pen, and he maybe gives up just a little bit of size, and which is to be expected. But we think that individual is a really high standout in that particular pen, and nothing to take away from the other two bulls. But we thought this first group here just really fit the mold of probably of just stout, powerful bulls that got some shape and muscle and some look. So two really nice pens. Congratulations to both those exhibitors.
Thank you, Jared. We will be moving on now to Class 181C, which has two entries in it. First entry in will be 1,000. Entry 1,000 is brought to you today by Blind Badger Ranch. The first bull in the ring is BBR Game Point 4G. He is a 3/4 blood Maine, March 10th son of Daddy's Money 55Z. He had a birth weight of 81 pounds, a weight per day of age of 3.43, scanned with a ribeye of 15.78, an IMF of 3.99, and measured with a 35 centimeter scrotal. BBR Game Point is also lot 30 in the bright light cell. The next bull coming in now is BBR Game On 1G. He is a March 21st 3/4 blood Maine bull of MCDK LDC Unleashed. His birth weight was 88 pounds, had a weight per day of age of 3.58, scanned with a ribeye of 16.07, IMF at 4.68, and measured with a scrotal of 37 centimeters. BBR Game On is also lot 31 in the bright light cell. The third bull in is BBR Game Changer 2G. He's a March 9th 3/4 blood Maine bull sired by NMR Maternal Maid. Had a birth weight of 89 pounds, a weight per day of age of 3.71, scanned with a 15.05 ribeye, a 3.35 IMF, and measured with a 34.5 scrotal circumference. BBR Game Changer 2G is also lot 29 in our sale tomorrow. This time I'd like to tell you a little more about Blind Badger Ranch. It's located in Fort Morgan, Colorado, and is owned by Jim Hett and Bud Gamble. Jim and Bud established the ranch south of Fort Morgan in 1999 when they purchased 12,000 acres of pasture and dryland farm ground. Blind Badger Ranch now consists of 6,800 acres of dryland and 700 acres of irrigated ground that supports wheat, millet, corn, and hay. In addition, they run 9,000 acres of pasture. This 500 cow-calf operation consists primarily of Maine Anjou, Angus, and Simmental-influenced females that are the base for their program. Their breeding program consists of an extensive artificial insemination and ET program. It also is designed for calving in January through May. The pairs are then run on native grasses through the summer. A group of calves will be handpicked and broke in preparation for private treaty sales in the fall. Bull calves are sold at the National Western Stock Show, Nebraska Cattlemen's Classic, with the remaining offered private treaty at the ranch. Blind Badger is managed by Brian Fox and Mike Hansen. They'd love to have you come by pin 2347 to take a closer look at their bulls. Next in is entry 1005. Brought to you by the Young Ranch. The first bull in is DJ Game On G903. He is a March 11th three-quarter blood Maine bull sired by NWSS Data Bank. He had a birth weight of 80 pounds, weight per day of age of 2.78, scanned with a ribeye of 13.24, an IMF of 3.64, measured with a scrotal of 31.5. DJ Game On G903 also is lot 15 in the Bright Lights cell. The next bull in is DJ Game Plan G902. He's a March 3rd three-quarter blood Maine son of Data Bank. He had a birth weight of 75 pounds, a weight per day of age of 2.8, scanned with a 12.6 ribeye, an IMF at 4.66, and measured with a 33.5 scrotal circumference. Our final member of the young pen is DJ Ground Ali G901. He's a March 7th, 3/4 blood Maine bull that had a birth weight of 85, a weight per day of age of 2.87, a ribeye area of 13.25, scanned with the 3.79 IMF and measured with a 32 scrotal circumference. We'll take this time to tell you a little bit more about the Young Ranch. It was established in 1948 by brothers Bud and Leo. The cattle are grazed in the breaks of the White River in south-central South Dakota, where AI has been used extensively since 1961, and ET has been used since 1991. Angus genetics have been the foundation of the herd, with various breeds being introduced in the 70s, and to add additional skeletal and muscle dimension, Maine Anjou genetics have remained the primary breed on the ranch since 1971. The heterosis advantage is of tremendous benefit within the beef industry for commercial and seed stock operations. They are very fortunate to be committed to a lifestyle that is dedicated to conserving land and livestock while working to feed the world. The DeYoung family strives to ensure that their actions match their goals of living out their faith, investing in youth, exceeding the standards for balanced livestock, and being stewards of the land. They look forward to hosting their 52nd annual production sale on March 5th of 2020. Feel free to come by and see them in pin 2347. Okay, results for Class 181C. First place went to entry 1000 by Blind Badger Ranch. And second place went to entry 1005, brought to you by DeYoung Ranch.
Another really nice set of Maine Anjou bulls in this class. And the pen we're going to lead off with some bulls, as you can see, just have an advantage in performance and power. Some bulls, if you look at their weight per day of age, just more power and more weight in these bulls. They've got a little bigger outline kind of bulls. And I think overall, if you look at these three bulls, like our last class, three bulls that really match up very well as far as uniformity. Our pen of bulls that are be second, so a really nice set of bulls that are moderate in their frame. You really have to appreciate the rib shape and the type and kind. Just some bulls that give up some performance to our class winners, but two set of really high quality Maine Anjou bulls. And as prospective buyers, I'd encourage you to go back in the pens and visit with these breeders because there's some really high quality bulls out here and a lot to offer different types of programs.
Thank you, Craig. All right, so next in will be Class 181D. We have three more classes, and then we will bring in each class winner and select your champion and reserve champion, High Maine Pen of Bulls. The first entry in Class 181D is entry 1006, brought to you by Nagel Cattle Company. The first bull in the ring is NAGE Game Time 44G. He's a February 1st, 3/4 blood son of BOE Garth. Has a birth weight of 94, a weight per day of age of 2.74, scanned with a 16.71 ribeye, a 3.68 on IMF, and measured with a 38.5 scrotal circumference. Again, this is NAGE Game Time 44G. Okay, the bull coming in the ring now is NAGE Giovanni, 106G. He's a February 13th, 3/4 blood Maine son of BOE Garth. He had a 90 birth weight, a weight per day of age of 2.87, scanned with a 15.38 ribeye, IMF at 3.9, and measured with a 35.5 scrotal circumference. Again, this is NAGE Giovanni. The next bull in is NAGE Gentry 208G. He's a March 7th 3/4 blood Maine bull, sired by BOE Garth. He had a birth weight of 92, a weight per dev age of 3.22, scanned with a ribeye of 17.13, an IMF at 3.93, and measured with a 35 centimeter scrotal. Again, this is NAGE Gentry 208G. They focus on cattle that thrive in the pasture and the feedlot. They will have an online bull sale February 19th on Show Cattle Connection this year and have private treaty bulls available as well. They also will be selling the pick of their 2020 heifer crop in the Bright Light sale and will be Lot 1. Please feel free to come by and visit with the Nagel folks there in pin 2339. Next entry coming in for Class 181D is entry 1004, brought to you by Rigby Cattle Company. First bull in is Rigby's Big Jake 9G. He's a February 7th purebred Maine bull. He had a birth weight of 88 pounds, weight per day of age of 2.98, scanned with a 13.18 ribeye, an IMF at 3.67, and measured with a 34 scrotal. Rigby's Big Jake is also lot 22 in the Bright Light cell. The next bull coming in for entry 1004 is Rigby's Blend 46G. He's a February 9th purebred son of DCC Premium Blend. He had a birth weight of 80 pounds, a weight per day of age of 2.26, scanned with a ribeye of 14.39, an IMF of 3.2, measured with a 30 centimeter scrotal. Also, Rigby's Blend is lot 23 in the Bright Light cell. The bull coming in now for the Rigby entry is Rigby's Ace 54G. He's a February 15th purebred Maine bull, sired by BPF Middleman. He had a birth weight of 79 pounds, a weight per day of age of 2.76, scanned with a ribeye of 13.7, IMF at 3.52, measured with a 33 centimeter scrotal circumference. Rigby's Ace is also lot 24 in the Bright Light cell tomorrow afternoon. I'll take this time to tell you a little more about the Rigby operation. Rigby Cattle Company is located in Indianola, Utah. It is owned by Michael and Jennifer Rigby, along with their children, Gentry and Thomas. They've been raising Maine cattle for 15 years. They work diligently on breeding and raising performance-oriented cattle. They summer their cattle at high altitudes. They also have cattle and semen available private treaty throughout the year. Feel free to come by and visit. Michael and Jennifer would love to have you visit Pen 2350. Okay, results of Class 181D. First place went to entry 1006, brought to you by Nagel Cattle Company. Second place was entry 1004, brought to you by Michael and Jennifer Rigby.
Well, a really nice class here, folks. All I can say about this first pin is, wow, uniform. Get out and move. 3 peas in a pod. I think an excellent set of bulls to start the class with. You get behind these things, they got some power and some muscle, and you look down their top, got some shape. Just a high-quality pin to start with. Our second place pin, I really like from the ground. They're really, really sound bulls. They get out and move good. My problem is the middle bull. That's a bull that just gets a little smaller testicled, maybe gives up a little power and performance, but a set of bulls that you really have to appreciate for their sound structure. Nice pin of bulls. Give them a round of applause, please.
Thank you, Jay. We will be moving on to Class 182A, coming in here in just a minute. Again, at the conclusion of the next 2 classes, Class 182B will be our last class. Then we will bring in each class winner and select your champion and reserve champion, Maine Anjou pin of 3 bulls. In Class 182A, we have a single entry, 1009, brought to you by True Line Maines. The first bull in will be TLM Next Step 832F. He is a June 10th of 2018 purebred Maine bull, son of TLM Depth Charge 675D. He had a birth weight of 88 pounds. Also, a weight per day of age of 2.98, scanned with a 13.18 ribeye area, an IMF of 3.67. Oh, excuse me, I got off the line. A ribeye area of 17.03, had an IMF of 5.11, and scanned with, measured with a scrotal of 41 centimeters. Also, TLMF Next Step 832F is Lot 8 in the bright light cell. If you do have your catalog, his adjusted weaning weight should be 718 pounds. The next bull coming in is TLM First Base 884F. He is a 3-quarter blood Maine bull. That's an October 2nd of 2018. He is sired by TLM Empire 535C. This bull had a birth weight of 80 pounds, a weight per day of age of 3.1, scanned with a 15.89 ribeye, an IMF of 3.88, and measured with a 38 centimeter scrotal circumference. TLM First Base 884F is also Lot 9 in the bright light cell. The final member of the True Line Pen is bull TLM Force 853F. He's a 3-quarter blood, October 4th, 2018 Maine bull. sired by TLM Empire 535C. He had a birth weight of 76 pounds, a weight per day of age of 2.9, scanned with a ribeye of 15, IMF at 3.74, and measured with a 42 centimeter scrotal circumference. TLM force is also lot 10 in the bright light cell. We'd like to take this time to tell you more about True Line Maines. True Line Maines is located in Richards, Missouri. Everett Fortner became interested in Maine cattle after seeing the first imported Maine Capone in Canada. He AI'd 10 Charolais Hereford cross cows and also some Charolais Angus cross cows to him. He experienced weaning weights from 700 to 750 pounds. He's been raising quality performance cattle ever since. True Line cattle are trait leaders within the breed. True Line Maines have sold cattle all over the United States and Canada. Everett is a student of pedigrees and performance cattle. They have cattle and semen available by private treaty at all times. Feel free to come by and visit with them in pen 2348.
Got a nice pen here of some fall bulls that got some muscle and ruggedness to them. Big testicle, good across the board in terms of just some of their EPD profiles. Nice set of bulls. Congratulations, those exhibitors.
Thank you, Jared. So again, results of Class 182A went to our single entry 1009, brought to you by True Line Maines. We now will have Class 182B coming in the ring. Please, all of our class winners, be on standby for our champion drive here shortly.
through. And I can't get it to go through. We're in this little tin building.
Our next entry coming in Class 182B is entry 1008, brought to you by Par 5 Cattle Company. The bull in the ring now is PRV Fund Manager 8160F. He is an April 9th of 2018 purebred Maine bull, sired by PRV Middle Management. He had an 82-pound birth weight, a weight per day of age of 2.39, scanned with a 16.71 ribeye, 3.49 IMF, and measured with a 44 scrotal circumference. PRV Fund Manager is also Lot 19 in the Bright Light cell. The next bull coming in is PRV, fully funded, 8211F. He's an April 18th of 2018 three-quarter blood Maine bull, sired by NAG Annie Up. He had a birth weight of 86 pounds, a weight per day of age of 2.38, scanned with a ribeye of 16.32, an IMF at 3.57, and measured with a 42 centimeter scrotal circumference. PRV fully funded is Lot 21 for the Bright Light cell. The final member of the Par 5 pen is the bull that's on the middle there, PRV Free Whiskey 8179F. He's an April 13th of 2018 three-quarter blood Maine bull. Had a birth weight of 88 pounds, a WDA at 2.28, scanned with a 16.76 ribeye, a 3.83 IMF, measured with a scrotal of 37 centimeters. PRV Free Whiskey is also Lot 20 in our Bright Light sale tomorrow afternoon. I'd like to tell you a little more about the Par 5 program. Par 5 Cattle Company is in Lake City, South Dakota. Par 5 is a family operation consisting of the Pearson and Ringcobb families. They run 400 cows in northeast South Dakota, 150 registered Maine cows that they produce bulls and heifers with, and have a private treaty heifer sale every October. The balance of their cows are used in a custom embryo operation, raising ET calves for seed stock and club calf producers. Stop in and see their Bright Light sale consignments in pen 2242.
Just a single entry of our strong age bulls, and really an outstanding pen of 3 bulls, bulls that really have some performance and shape and muscle. I guess personally I really appreciate the hip in these 3 bulls, real square hip, stout made. They're big bone bulls and bulls that really have a lot of structural integrity. So give these exhibitors a nice round of applause.
Thank you again. Results of Class 182B went to entry 1008, brought to you by Par 5 Cattle Company. Give us just a few minutes. We'll bring in our class winners and be selecting your champion and reserve champion pen of 3 Maine Anjou bulls. So coming in now for our champion drive and our main pen of 3 bulls from Class 181E is entry 1007, brought to you by Eastview Maines. Representing Class 181B is entry 1001, brought to you by Morton and Buck Cattle Company. Representing Class 181C is entry 1000, brought to you by Blind Badger Ranch. Next in, representing Class 181D, is entry 1006, brought to you by Nagel Cattle Company. Next in, representing Class 182A, entry 1009, brought to you by Trueline Maines. And then representing Class 182B is entry 1008, brought to you by Par 5 Cattle Company. We would like to remind you again, many of these bulls exhibited today will be in our Bright Light sale tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. in the Livestock Sale Center here in the yards. Please join us. You're more than welcome to come back and look through the pens this afternoon and tomorrow as well to get a further look at those bulls. If we can assist you in any way, please let us know. If you're watching from home, they also will be available. You can watch and bid on liveauctions.tv.
It's been a fun afternoon to go through this set of Maine bulls, and I encourage you all to go back to the pens and the stalls to check them out, to try to figure out what works for you and your program. There's a lot of nice bulls, and then even in some of the pens, there's some individuals in there that have a lot of quality as well. And so I think it's going to be a really outstanding sale for you guys here, because the quality of these bulls I think speak for themselves. And I was truly impressed with the set of cattle, and my compliments to you guys, the exhibitors. I know this is a lot of work for you guys to bring these bulls here and get them ready and make sure everything goes as planned. So congrats again. They'll announce your champion. I think it was unanimous for all of us on which pen needed to win. So congratulations. Let's give them a nice round of applause, and they'll tell you your champion.
And our champion Maine Pen of 3 bulls, it was unanimous, was entry 1001, brought to you by Morton and Buck Cattle Company. We will now be bringing in the second place out of Class 181B, entry 1003 from Beaupre Land and Cattle Company. Will be competing for our reserve champion honors. Once again, we remind you, many of these bulls will be in our bright light sale tomorrow afternoon at 3. We do have, Lindsay's tabulating right now, our results for our reserve champion, Maine Pen of 3, goes to entry 1003, brought to you by Beaupre Land and Cattle. Let's give all our exhibitors a big round of applause. Great set of bulls, guys. Thank you for bringing them out. We'll take just a few minutes and let the ring clear, and then get pictures, and then we will be selecting or starting our main Tainer Pen of 3 bull show, followed by the parade of our cell females for the Bright Light cell. We do have additional catalogs, some supplemental data. If you need any of that over here on the table, please let us know if we can assist you in any way. So stay put. We'll get going here in just a little bit. Okay, folks, well, we'll get started with our Maine Tainer Pen of Three Bulls show here in just a few minutes. We have one class with 3 entries, class 281. We can go ahead and start bringing those cattle in. Okay, we will get started with class 281. If you're just joining us, welcome to the 2020 Maine Tainer Pen of Three Bull Show here at the National Western. This is entry 2003, brought to you by Griswold Cattle, LLC. The first bull in the ring is GCC True Measure 406G. He's a March 2nd half-blood Maine bull, sired by BOE Garth. He had a birth weight of 74, a weight per day of age of 3.64, scanned with the 15.97 ribeye, had an IMF of 4.6, and measured with a 36 centimeter scrotal circumference. Again, this is GCC True Measure 406G. The next bull in for Pen 2003 is GCC What You Want 529G. He's a March 10th half-blood Maine bull, sired by BOE Garth. He had a birth weight of 75 pounds, a weight per day of age of 3.55, scanned with a 14.47 ribeye, an IMF at 3.92, and measured with a 35.5 scrotal circumference. Again, this is GCC What You Want. The next bull in for entry 2003 is GCC Precision 536G. He's a March 10th 3/8 Maine bull, sired by NMR maternal mate. He had a birth weight of 80 pounds, a weight per day of age at 3.49, scanned with a ribeye of 17.66, IMF at 3.84, and measured with a 33 centimeter scrotal circumference. Again, this is GCC Precision 563G. We'll take this time to tell you a little bit more about the Griswold operation. Griswold Cattle Company is a third-generation family-owned operation headquartered in Stillwater, Oklahoma. John and Jeannie Griswold and the entire G-Bar team operate a 1,500-head purebred cow-calf operation consisting of Maine, Anjou, Angus, and Simmental cattle. Griswold Cattle Company have an annual bull sale the second Saturday of April each year, selling 250 head of breeding-age bulls, and a production sale the third Saturday of December each year, featuring 500-plus head of productive cows, powerful bred heifers, and nationally competitive show heifers. Along with the production side of Griswold Cattle Company, the operation owns and operates a genetics company selling semen nationwide on the 85-plus bulls that they either own or co-own, featuring some of the most popular and proven genetic lines in the Maine, Anjou, Angus, and Simmental breeds. Please feel free to go by pin 2240 to visit with the G-Bar crew. The next pin in is entry 2004, brought to you by Wayne and Barb Ulrichs. The first bull in is OHL Burt 5219G. He is a March 1st, quarter blood Maine and Tainer bull, sired by NMR maternal mate. He had a birth weight of 96, a weight per day of age of 3.13, scanned with a 17.58 ribeye, an IMF at 3.25, and measured with a 33 centimeter scrotal circumference. Again, this is OHL Burt 5219G. The next bull coming in for entry 2004 is OHL Ernie 4236G. He's a March 1st quarter blood Maine Tainer bull sired by NMR maternal maid. He had a birth weight of 84, a weight per day of age of 3.05, scanned with a 15.00 ribeye, had an IMF of 3.53, and measured with a scrotal of 31.5. Again, this is OHL Ernie 4236G. The final member of entry 2004 is OHL Geared Up 307-1G. He's a March 14th 3/8 Maine Tainer bull, sired by NMR maternal maid. He had a birth weight of 88 pounds, a weight per day of age of 2.96, scanned with a 15.73 ribeye, an IMF at 2.73, and measured with a 36.5 scrotal circumference. Again, this is OHL Geared Up 307-1G. I'll take this chance to tell you more about the Ulrichs program. Wayne and Barb Ulrichs have a cow-calf operation that's located in northeast Nebraska. They run primarily 3 different breeds, Maines, Angus, and Semis. They host 3 sales per year, a steer and heifer sale in September, a female sale in November, all on show circuit online sales. In February, they host an annual bull sale at their place. Friday, February 7th, 2020 is their upcoming sale. It is their 13th annual bull sale this year. Visitors are welcome anytime. Stop by their pen and check out a sample of their bull offering. They will be selling again February 7th of 2020 there at their place. This is the final entry in this class. Entry 2002, brought to you by Michael and Jennifer Rigby. The bull in the ring now is Rigby's Max 509G. He is a February 19th half-blood Maine bull, sired by LATH IMAX 203Z. He had a birth weight of 88 pounds, a weight per day of age of 2.76, skinned with a 13-inch ribeye, had an IMF of 3.91, and a scrotal of 32.5. Rigby's Max 509G will also be lot 48 in the bright light cell. The second bull in for entry 2002 is Rigby's 312G. He is a February 13th 5/8 Maine, son of BPF middleman. He had a birth weight of 77, a weight per day of age of 2.46, skinned with a ribeye of 12.9, an IMF at 3.3, and measured with a 31.5 scrotal circumference. Rigby's 312G is also lot 47 in the bright light cell. The final member for entry 2002 is Rigby's Vision 621G. He is a March 5th 5/8 Maine bull, sired by MVH Evolution 590E. He had a birth weight of 87, a weight per day of age of 2.94, scanned with a ribeye of 13.16, an IMF at 3.78, and measured with a scrotal of 32 centimeters. Rigby's Vision 621G is also lot 49 in our bright light cell tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. We'd like to tell you a little more about the Rigby program. Rigby Cattle Company is located in Indianola, Utah. It is owned by Michael and Jennifer Rigby, along with their children, Gentry and Thomas. They've been raising Maine cattle for over 15 years. They've worked diligently on breeding and raising performance-oriented cattle. They summer their cattle at high altitudes and have cattle and semen available private treaty throughout the year. They'd love for you to stop by Pen 2350 and visit with them more about their program. So since this class is also our champion drive, we're going to go ahead and pull them all out one more time and let the judges look them over. I would like to recognize our judges once more for today. Judge R was Mr. Craig Talkington from Hayes, Kansas. Judge A was Mr. Jared Boyert from Pleasantville, Iowa. And Judge B was Mr. Jay Steenhook from Maxwell, Iowa. Please join me in giving our judges a big round of applause for the great work they've done today. At the conclusion of the Maine Tainer Bull Show, we will have just a quick parade of our sale females for tomorrow afternoon. So feel free to stay and get to look those heifers over a little better if you have interest in them. Once again, we will have our bright light sale tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. in the livestock sale arena here in the yards. Feel free to come back to the pens and look over the cattle. We'll have additional catalog supplemental data. We can help you in any way, please let us know. For those of you watching at home, you can also view the sale and bid on liveauctions.tv. And feel free to join us Sunday as well. We'll be showing on the hill at 8 a.m. for the 2020 National Western Maine Anjou Show. Just stick with us momentarily and we'll have results and be selecting our champion and reserve champion, Maine Tainer Pen of 3 Bulls. If we could have our judges come back up towards the announcer stand real quick. We're finishing up tabulation, the closest decision of the day that we've had.
I got elected to talk this class, and really what an exceptional class of maintainer bulls. And I guess us as a committee, we thought it was extremely close on the top two pair. We ended up placing them just the way they're standing here. And we think there's a slight advantage to the overall performance in the bulls that win, bulls that have a really nice spread from birth weight to weight per day of age, bulls that have some structural integrity. We really like the three bulls, I guess, from a uniformity standpoint, the way they fit together. The second pin of bulls, an outstanding set of bulls, some bulls that have a tremendous amount of structural integrity. And if you watch these bulls get around, bulls that really get out and go, cattle with some performance and some meat in them, just an extremely high quality set. And we really think as a committee that this was our hardest decision of all day between this first and second place group. The third set of bulls, a really nice set of bulls. Bulls are greener in their condition and just don't have the weight per day of age and performance. Some bulls that maybe aren't structurally quite as right as our bulls in second. But let's give these three exhibitors just a really big round of applause for bringing us some nice maintainer bulls.
Thank you, Craig. So results of the Maintainer Pin of Three Bulls show. Our champion pin went to entry 2003, brought to you by Griswold Cattle, LLC. Reserve champion maintainer pin went to entry 2004, brought to you by Wayne and Barb Ulrichs. Again, thank you so much for joining us today. Please come and see us at the cell tomorrow and join us on the hill on Sunday. Thanks for coming, guys.